I've been wondering, why is the internet so good at brainwashing people? Why do people believe what they see and it reinforces? I think it's because of frequency of review. I think when their mind goes over an idea or a thought or fact frequently, it reinforces it. And the more that people see something that agrees with them, the more that they believe what they believe. When you hear something repeatedly over and over, it does become a part of your beliefs. It's very hard not to let that happen. There's other ideas as well that we won't allow people to challenge because we've accepted it as fact and we've really accepted it as truth. Now, uh, ultimately, anything that you accept requires a level of trust because unless you've experienced it yourself, it's just come to you from other people. Everything that you take in goes through the filter of what you believe, and if you already believe something that's contrary to that, what you've seen or been exposed to, then you're gonna have trouble accepting it. That's cognitive dissonance. So when we face, a reality that goes against what we previously thought and we were really committed to an idea, then it causes us to like have to face the facts, right? This fact faces that fact. And so when that happens, we have basically, our filter is no longer filtering, but everything that goes into you goes in through a filter, and you basically run it by everything that you believe already. And there's red flags along the way, and it says, stop, that's a red flag. Something is wrong with this thought or idea. And this is what critical thinking is. Critical thinking is the ability to pitch complex ideas against each other, or to expand out a simple idea and into its intricacies and then pitch that against another idea that is complex. And so because sometimes you could think like just because something is complex it wins out over a simple idea or a simple answer, but that is not correct, because the simple answer often will have lots of reinforcing truths around it that you don't acknowledge or see because they're based in the spiritual. See, the strongest mind is built inside of a spiritual web, and in the center of that web, it's almost like a vibration-proof framework, and all the connections that you have to what you believe are based on spiritual truth. And then the core at the center, which is your actual thoughts that belong to you and they're your own, are safe and secure, and they maintain against all forces like a spider web in a storm, because they're reinforced by unbreakable bonds. We sort of allow our minds to be taken over by other ideas when we don't have a spiritual framework for what we believe. I believe the Bible is true, and the Bible allows me to filter anything that doesn't align with it. I'm able to accept all evidence-based facts of science, all evidence-based ideas of philosophy, of human nature, and everything, as long as it agrees with scriptural teaching. I've been filtering out lies since I was a little child. I remember when I was in school, my classes taught me to filter out anything that disagreed with the Bible. Now, some people would say that's crazy because the Bible is an old book and it doesn't have modern science, but modern science hasn't yet been able to disprove one thing from the Bible. In fact, the Bible has disproven modern science hundreds and hundreds of times, and there's whole books written on it. So, and then science has to change its view because new science comes out that actually changes the prevailing opinion on what's real and what's not. So I would say that for a lot of people, their spiritual framework that's holding them together is a web of lies. They believe that, for example, the basis for everything that they do in their life is nature, for example. Well, you can't worship the earth. The earth is not alive in the sense of being an individual and having a soul. The earth is just a place. It's a physical place that's very complex. But if you worship the earth, that is not going to lead you to a sustainable, healthy, truthful, honest life experience. That's going to lead you to go down a road of crazy insanity. It's the same thing about if you believe that like all women are evil, for example, If you make that a part of your faith system, it's going to result in you becoming ruined as a person against all women, and you're going to have this strange, weird opinion about everything that's hateful and mean, instead of just saying in your mind, some women can be good. You've accepted now as a factual baseline. Or women can say all men are vicious abusers because she's had 3 men abuse her. And that is why you need a framework of truth that is higher than what others tell you and higher than your own experiences. You have to have a solid grasp on reality. That's what people say. But reality is built on these strings of thought, and the strings of thought always start with a spiritual fact. And so you have to go back to what is absolutely true. I think people's minds are not connected to things that are absolutely true anymore. I think people's minds are more connected to their own personal life and to a smaller realm of ideas. And when you stay inside of a smaller realm of ideas, for example, the realm of what you can see with your eyes, then you actually prevent yourself from having the security of mind that you need to be healthy and safe. I'll give you a good example. When people are psychologically unstable, a lot of that comes from the idea that they're alone. But the Bible teaches that God is everywhere. God is with us everywhere. We can always call out to Him, and He will save us. So God is ever present with you, and you are never alone. So the idea that you are all alone is actually incorrect. And so if you believe the Bible, then you won't feel alone, and you won't have that psychological quality of loneliness that happens. So just a couple thoughts I had. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.